C2 Versus Podcast.
You're living in the end times, y'all know that, right? Think it's time to stop wasting time. Now, verse high. I don't think y'all understand.
Qam Yasharala.
Chose to follow the Lord, all in the spirit of truth. All of the lies that they gave us, blessed be all in the truth. Used to be all in the word, now we all in the truth. Waking up all of the saints, praying and making it too. Chose to follow the Lord, all in the spirit of truth. All of the lies that they gave us, blessed be all in the truth. Used to be all in the word, now we all in the truth.
This is Curse's 2 Versus Podcast.
Repent of all. 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 It's a war coming that's gonna end in blood. For everybody in your sin, ain't nothing sweet. Y'all gonna get this truth cause it ain't nothing preaching. We be in the hood like, what's up with y'all? How long y'all gonna love simplicity up and vibe? Thinking little money and some honey's honey. 144, really the goal. Flood got the word watered down.
Fire, baby.
Almost straight and narrow path in with a passion, no capping. Caption all of them precepts, read them all in this reset. Day and night how we reflex, flexing all of them demons. Precept upon precept, that reflex how we reflect. Self-examine that heat check, fever flow for that decep. Shine us what we bless, with promises, no common kids. Bible real, that's history. We take up no mystery. Be hot time, the dead you sleep. Repent of all your jeopardy. Chose to follow the Lord, all in the spirit of truth. All of the lies that they gave us, blessed be all in the truth. Used to be all in the word, now we all in the truth. Waking up all of the saints, praying they make it in two. Chose to follow the Lord, all in the spirit of truth. All of the lies that they gave us, blessed be all in the truth. Used to be all in the word, now we all in the truth. Waking up all of the saints, praying they make it in two.
This is Curse's 2 Versus Podcast.
All right. Pieces and blessings, brothers and sisters. It's your brother Yaqar, Yaqar. To the left of me, I have Ahch.
Shalom, what's going on, Yasharala?
To the right of me, I have my sister McCall.
Shalom, family. Shalom.
And we are the Curses to Verses podcast.
Chip.
Brothers and sisters, we have so much waiting for you guys. So stay tuned just for this podcast. But for the upcoming ones, oh man, you guys are in for a treat. Just to give you guys an introduction to who we are, Curses to Verses, we came up with the name because we're trying to bring those that are outside of this truth, knowing who they are, the children of Israel, God's chosen people, into the fold, into the understanding, not only through verses in the Bible, but through the verses that's in the music, because we have a community of people who are musicians who know this truth and have a message in their music. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have different topics. We're gonna talk about how we could bring our people out of the curses through the biblical verses. And we're gonna play some music too as well. We're gonna bring in music and we're gonna have some upcoming guests of the artists too as well. And we're gonna have other upcoming guests as well that's in the Hebrew community that deal with certain type of businesses, certain type of clothing. So you guys are in for a treat. Those who are outside the fold and those who are inside the fold, we're gonna get rid of the curses and stay into the verses. So how y'all feeling right now?
Nah, man, I'm good, man. I'm feeling great, man. Praise the Most High. We here. You know, this is a long time coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've been talking about this for a while. You know, our people need this. You know, especially, you know, where we don't have a platform for our music, our Hebrew artists. You know what I'm saying? There's always a platform for the secular, you know what I'm saying, hardcore gangster rappers, you know what I'm saying? But we don't have nothing for our people. So, you know, we figured, let's bring this to life, you know? Curses to verses, you know?
And also, we're going to have freestyles. That's another thing, too.
Oh, don't give them everything.
Man, we got to give them everything, man, because the Most High give it to us freely. So those who are looking for real lyricism, real bars, but with a spiritual content, we're going to have that as well from some of your best premier artists in the Hebrew culture, the Israelite culture, I should say. Because we're coming back to our culture. That's what we're doing. And we're going to bring forth our culture through these lenses. How you feeling, McCall?
All praise to the Most High. I'm feeling blessed by the best, and his name is Ahaya. It's been a long time coming.
It has
We've been talking about curses to verses for years now, so it's a blessing to just see it coming to fruition. It's a blessing to be doing the work with you brothers. I love you guys so much, and I'm looking forward to all the things that we're going to be bringing out. So stay tuned for more.
Con. I mean, we here. We just, Passover we just finished Passover. It was a blessing.
Definitely was a blessing.
It was a blessing. We had so much fun being around all the brothers and sisters. And like I said, man, we doing this for the people. We want to make sure that our people have an outlet, man. Our people don't have an outlet. And the nation's not gonna give us an outlet, so we're gonna create our own. And what we gonna do, we gonna support it.
Yeah.
We definitely hope you guys support it, man. Subscribe, tell a friend.
Yeah.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah. And it's gonna be fruitful. So we're gonna get into a topic. I know Hazak had a topic ready for us.
Yeah, listen, this is the introduction to the first show. You already know, we're going to keep it short and sweet, but we want to get into this topic.
Yes.
Right? And the topic that I want to talk about, it may be a little controversial, but listen, we got to speak about it. So now the topic of discussion is, here's the question, and I'm going to ask y'all, and y'all going to have to give y'all honest opinion.
All right.
So now, is music a talent given or is a talent learned? And why is music so highly coveted? Because, we come into the truth and, the Most High, that's one thing that he gives his people, the ability to sing praises to him.
Okay. That's true.
So, a lot of us who was in the world, we was already doing music.
Right.
But now we try to turn it and translate it to the Most High. But, we got to figure this thing out.
Right.
Because if we're doing it for the Most High, it got to be done correctly.
Most definitely.
So that's the question. I'm not going to say too much. I mean, I'm going to yield. So that's the question. Is music a talent given or it's a talent learned?
Well, that's a loaded question,
Right.
Because we could say so much, but also we got to be prepared not to offend anyone at the same time. Because when we say that music is a talent that is given, and it's not a talent that you could really gain, that discredits a lot of people who came and started making music at a later age. Because if it's a talent that you're born with, that means that you can only be born with it. You can't gain it over time. I mean, some people can, but it will never measure to the people who are born with that gift.
Right.
So me personally, I do think it's a talent that you could be born with, but I don't think if you can gain it, it won't measure up to the person who's really born with it. Like, I'll give you an example. When we look into secular music, right? Y'all know Chris Brown.
Right.
I feel like Chris Brown is born to dance.
Right.
Right? When you see that brother dance, and he's born to dance, because when you see him on different platforms, they be like, yo, Chris, do something for us, dance for us.
Right.
He could do it on the spot. Without any thought or with any hesitation. That's when you know you're born to do something, but when you could do it as easily as you can breathe. But let's take another artist.
That's a good point.
That's a great
Usher or Omarion.
Okay.
If they tell him to dance on the spot, it's going to be more choreographed.
Okay.
Showing, not saying that they can't dance,
right,
but they can't dance as good as him. Their talent probably is more singing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear exactly what you're saying.
What do you guys think?
I honestly believe that music is a talent that you're born with. I think about like Whitney Houston. Like it's just a natural talent. There's nothing that she could do that will change the fact that she can sing. She can sing. She had that talent down to like, that's it. Nobody else can sing like Whitney Houston. That's just something that you're born with. Now, if you're born with this talent, I believe that you can do things to improve it and allow it to grow and become stronger and better. But I honestly believe that music is something that you're born with. Certain people, when you're making music, you hear certain things. You just have a feel for something. You just got a creative mind musically, and you're just more inclined to having a musical ear than the other person, than somebody who is just, trying to learn and trying to figure it out. It's going to be more of a struggle for that person who's not born with that gift, because that person that's born with it, it's just in their blood, you know? It's in their blood. This is what they do. This is what they love. And, you know, I think about Whitney. I think about Stevie. I think about Ray Charles. All these people just got these natural talents. And I don't know, anybody else who's trying to learn, it's not really matching up to them, that those that are born with it.
But let me put this out here though. What do y'all feel about the people who actually go to school to learn? Because there's some dope musicians that actually go to school and actually learn music, and they become musically like beasts.
You gotta give me an example.
What if it was in it?
Like going to a music school. People who go to a music school,
Right.
They learn how to read sheet music.
Yeah.
You weren't born to read sheet music.
Yeah.
That's true.
But now you can read sheet music and you can play music.
But what if it was already in them and they just needed that extra push to get that ball rolling?
That's true. That I feel like it goes back to what she's saying. Maybe some people have it in them, and them learning the notes on the music is now advancing them to learn what the notes is. Because, all right, boom, you can have a person that can hear music and know what notes sound good together. But now let's say you put them in front of keys and then you tell them, I want this, that, and this. Or they want to make a beat and they want this, that, and this, these notes. If they can't identify the notes, then sometimes it might be a little bit harder to them. I think the notes just helps them better express their music. Exactly.
I agree with you. I agree with you with that one.
No, that's definitely a fact, because me, you know, I'm a musician.
Right.
I love music. I never went to school. I wish, and what you're saying on that point is actually correct. Like I really wish I did go to school to learn how to play certain thing or read music, but the gift that I have more so is more so God given. Because I didn't go to school.
Exactly.
Like I hear melodies in my head and I could translate it. I'm not gonna say I didn't learn. Like of course I had to have. I took some lessons.
Has
you
to
know
be
what
a
I'm saying?
level of
But
learning.
It took you
naturally. Like you could especially when it comes to musicians, you could tell someone who's playing with feeling or someone who's playing mechanically.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. You can see it.
Exactly.
You can feel it.
Exactly.
I believe music is a feeling. It's an emotion.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
You understand? So now, you know, what do y'all feel about people who just do music just to do it? Real quick. What y'all think about that?
You know what's so funny? I was about to ask that.
I see King Styles already laughing.
King Styles, you want to say
He's
something?
smirking. But go ahead.
I was about to talk about that too, because the example I was gonna bring up was let's take two people, one that's clearly talented and one that's not as clearly talented.
Just say what it is. Not as talented.
Yeah, not as talented. You got Jay-Z, clearly talented.
Okay.
Great storyteller. Great chorus maker.
Yes.
Great music maker. When you look at a body of work,
Absolutely.
album after album, consistency, and when you listen to a whole album from start to finish, it's great. Now look at somebody like Soulja Boy. Now we're not gonna throw shade at Soulja Boy, but
Shade already thrown.
Right.
But he's not as a good storyteller as him. Some people will be like, he's not musically inclined, because when we hold the standard of what makes a musician, he doesn't meet that. But his impact was still a big one, because he was able to bring in a floodgate of young artists
He
to
opened a door.
want to do music. I'm not gonna even lie. When I
Right.
first seen Soulja Boy, I was like, this guy, just sad to say, I'm like, yo, I feel like I do it better than him.
Right.
But he's around the same age as me. He was 17. I was like 15 at the time. I was like, if he can do it,
Exactly.
I can do it as well. So
then I
He
believe
opened the door.
that's more like talent than being musically gifted.
inclined.
Yeah.
Inclined, right.
So
So he's more so
He
talented.
had a talent, and he had a look. He had an image, and I guess they wanted to portray this image, a certain look, and they wanted the young people to follow it. But you see how you said, if he could do it, I could do it, because I know you are way more musically inclined than Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
No offense to Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
But, you know, and these are the things that we have to think about. And speaking of being musically inclined, you know, we would say that we're all pretty much musically inclined here,
Absolutely.
you know? So when did you first discover that you were musically inclined? That's the next question. When did you first discover, you know what, I have a gift. the Most High blessed me with this. When was that? What was that moment like for you?
When I first realized that I was musically inclined is the first time. I can't tell you the first time, but I could tell you a couple of times when I first realized it. The first time is like, of course, when I was a little kid. I'll say, because I started rapping like when I was 9 years old.
Wow.
I realized I was like, rhyming words and telling stories come quickly to me. So I was like, I wonder if other people can do this. But I never, tested it out. I never went to anybody. So as time went on, like around when I was 11, like I wrote my first rap down on paper. Like at 9 years old, like I played around with it, but like I wrote it down on paper. Then I gave it to my cousin. I was like, yo, what you think about this? He's like, yo, you nice. I didn't even think you was nice like this. And then I was like, all right, cool. That means I'm pretty good. Then after that, I stopped. Went back into it again around high school. Then amongst my peers, I did it again. And then it was like, yo, you need to do something with that.
Right.
And I would definitely say anybody who's looking to find their gift in music, you got to see what effect it has on people.
Right.
Because if we going into the scriptures and like I said, we getting away from the curses, we going back to the verses. The verses show that a good tree brings forth good fruit.
Yes.
If you have a musical gift, you'll know if you have that musical gift.
Right.
Based on the fruit that it produces. If people likes it, if people say I'm touched by it, if people say like, yo, you need to continue keep doing that music. So I think that's how I knew, because people kept telling me the fruit that you're bringing is great.
Right.
How about you, Ahch?
I mean, for me, it started at an early age as well. I grew up in the churches.
Right.
So, you're in a church, ain't no church without no musicians.
Yeah.
A keyboard there, drummer there. So, me being a kid, just being inclined or just being, just want to be next to musicians and and just want to play the music. I was just always watching. Then it didn't, and I had my mom had a piano, old school piano in the house. So I would go home and I would practice, and I would just like, and it's so crazy. Like now that I'm thinking about it, I would just go home and mess around with the keys and then play the keys that sound close to the melody that I hear in my head.
Really?
That's how I started playing.
I never knew that.
Yeah, that's how I started playing. So that's when I, looking back at it now, I know that that's a God-given talent.
Right.
A regular person can't just come and just start. I mean, some people could play around, but like I would just come and just start playing the melodies. And it's not until I started to get older, I started to take the craft much more serious, because I started to run into other musicians, and they have dope sounds. So I'm like, nah, I want to perfect my sound. I like the way he sound. I like the way he sound. So you start to go into things and you start to learn more, and that's when I realized there was a time I went to go play at a church. I was invited to play at some church, and I finished playing, and some brother came up to me and was like, yo, brother, I just want to tell you, man, like you're a blessed musician.
Really?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And this is before I even found the truth. And he was like, man, like the way you was playing that, man, it touched me. So I started to, and I wasn't even as good as I thought I would be. I was. But me hearing him say that, that's when I knew. I was like, all right, I may have something here. The Most High probably is working with me with this. So, not, you know what I'm saying? It's a, I believe, like I said, it's a talent given. But you can still learn it to perfect it. I'm not saying you're not supposed to learn, but yeah, that's that's how I answer that question.
How about you?
Similar to Ahch, I grew up in the church and singing in the church choir, and at the same time I was learning in school how to play the clarinet, how to play the flute, how to play the oboe. So learning that sheet music, learning how to read music, I would even venture off into the drums just to see how different the notes were, but similar at the same time. Right. And it just came so easy for me. And I was just like, yo, I could do something with this. I love music. I started singing and performing at my school, concerts, and I ended up playing at my brother's 8th grade graduation, and it was really an honor. And so many people at a young age were just like, wow, you could sing, you could play this, you could dance, So I knew that just by it coming naturally, it wasn't forced. It wasn't a situation where I felt like, dang, I can't get this. This is frustrating. I knew that this was what the Most High had blessed me with. And, continuing to grow up. And now I'm a little shy, but it's still something that I love. I can listen to music and just hear all the instruments that's being played, that's being used to make up the beat. I can hear those things. I like to listen to what's going on in the background of a beat to see what's really going on, see how all these different noises are being influenced to create this beautiful sound. So, also my brother, he played the trumpet. So we would be in the house just playing the trumpet. I'll be playing the clarinet. And then my brother and I, we would sing together, harmonize, listen to songs and do covers for them. It was just so much fun. It brought so much joy to us. So, that's how I knew from a young age that I was musically inclined.
Is your brother musically inclined as well?
I agree. I believe all of my siblings are musically inclined. My sister could sing. My brother could sing. We all have that in our blood, and I think we really do take that, from our father. Our parents, they would play instruments in the house, just beat on the table and beat on a bottle with a spoon, and and just enjoy themselves. It just came naturally. It brought so much joy and life to the house.
I agree. Music definitely does that to you, and it's beautiful when you growing up in that. Cause it's funny because I know your sister, she can sing as well.
Yeah. My sister
can sing as well.
dope singer.
That's another reason how people come out and become good musicians, because when they're growing up in it. King Styles, like, when did you know that you was musically inclined?
Yo, shalom, all praises and most high.
DJ King Styles.
But it had something to do. All your stories, I had the same experience, each one of you guys, But I went to 235 elementary school in Flatbush, and in third grade, me and my boy, he was African. And and what we used to do during lunch, we used to start banging on the tables. Like, you remember that Busta Rhymes beat?
Yeah. If you really want to party with me, that song. Yeah.
When we started doing that, the whole lunchroom would just start banging. We used to do it like every day, and we would never get in trouble because it was just so lit. And then from then, I was like, yo, I like music. And then especially if you starting something and everybody's following. So so I started getting into like after school programs like dancing, played clarinet, trumpet, violin, all that.
Wow.
So then my mom, she always thought that music would help kids like stay out of behaviors and certain things like that. So she put me in piano with my other brother. So we was always involved. Then in the churches, I started playing the African drums actually. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Now they gonna ask me doing service. Man. But I'll play the African drums, and I used to sit down. I was young, and I would sit down next to the older brothers and listen to them and watch them and pick it up just like that. And then piano. Then I did stage band when I got into high school. Then after a while, it was like I was jumping all over the place, and I was like, then started making beats. Right? And then I started liking that more, like getting a passion to it, having rappers rap against each other in the hallways and all that.
I remember those
that
days.
type of stuff. And then I just started the DJing, so from then I've just been, a DJ, So but all praises though, man. All praises,
man.
That's dope.
This is really dope, man, and it's just like showing people how they can also find their gifts too. Each person is showing that it brought fruit to other people around them. So I got a next question. So I was looking up something one day about music, and I happened to fall upon classicfm.com, and it says that music is a universal language. A new Harvard University study proves. Let me go down to this key quote that they put. It says, music is in fact universal. The study concludes. It exists in every society, both with and without words. So, I know many of us, being musicians, see people sometimes coming into the music realm and then say, you know when somebody has it. You know when somebody's born with it, you know who's not born with it. And
right.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes would it irritate y'all to see somebody dabbling into the realm that's not there? Sometimes it would be like, for me, sometimes I would like, that's not for them.
Yeah.
But now we have to ask the question. Are people doing music because they want to be in front of the spotlight or for show? Or are they doing the music because it all connects to everybody? You could play a song without any words in a whole different other country. The emotions in the tones of the songs, those people could feel that and probably could motivate them to do music. So are they doing it because they're influenced by it? Or do you think people are really doing music now because it's a quick way to get money? Let's call it what it is. Because when you look at Israel's always looking for a meal ticket.
Right.
When you look at our people, we're in impoverished communities. A lot of us don't have dreams of being a doctor, don't have dreams of being a lawyer. They said, what's the quickest thing we could do? Let's do music. So what you guys think about that? Do you?
Well, if I could say this, music is part of not just our DNA, but everybody's DNA.
Yeah.
There's different genres of music for a reason. Your genre of music matches your culture, matches your nation.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like our music is different from somebody who's in East India, but we can't go to them and tell them that what they have is not music.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what I do believe is that music should be played skillfully. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want you to unravel that a little.
Basically, people shouldn't just do music just to do it. Especially when it comes to praising the Most High.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I understand that people love music, and they just want to do it how they want to do it. But David, being the chief musician,
Right.
David was a skillful musician. That brother played the harp and casted out a demon out of Saul.
Yeah.
So if that means he was playing, that means he didn't just pick up the harp and just started playing it. That means he was practiced, he was learned in that instrument.
Yeah.
Right? Psalms 33:3 says, sing unto him a new song.
I was gonna
Play
say.
skillfully with a loud noise. So music has to be done skillfully and it has to be done right. Especially when it comes to the Most High.
Yep.
He's perfect.
I got so many questions coming right now for y'all, man.
Like, think about it. In the heavens, the angels they don't need to rehearse. You know what I'm saying?
That's
and
true.
the Most High got them in complete order. So that means their voices is in order. The music that they're playing is in order. Everything is in line with order.
You shouldn't just do it willy-nilly.
You shouldn't just do it because you see everybody else doing it. If it's in your spirit to do music, put it out there, do it. But you'll know if it's well received by the fruit that it brings forth.
Which is what you was bringing out.
Yeah.
A lot of times, people just do it for the look. And you see somebody else doing it and you think, oh yeah, that looks cool. I want to be like that. Or I aspire to do that. But maybe it's not for them. And it's funny that Ahch had brought that precept out because I was thinking about that the whole time. I was like, the Most High says, sing unto him a new song, skillfully though. That's the key word, skillfully. Because you can't just wake up one morning and say, yeah, I'm going to do music, yeah.
Yeah.
And you got people out here working every day to perfect their craft hard. Starting from a young age, hard to be able to do this.
And that's the thing. Like, no one is going to take someone who's not, all right, that's like, I need new lighting in my home. Who am I going to call? My best friend or an electrician?
You gonna call electrician?
Because he's skillful in that trade. So we got to look at music as a trade as well too. If I'm gonna call somebody to sing, it has to be someone who's born to sing, who knows how to sing.
Yes.
I understand this person may have the zeal to do it, but it has to sound good still.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
So let me ask you a
Exactly.
question. Let me throw a question on the table. The word skillfully, I love that word because when you said it, it sounded like if you're gonna do music, you should do it with a purpose. Because a person who has a skill, the reason how they acquired that skill is because they had a purpose to use it.
Right.
If you go to electrician school, just for the fact that everybody's doing it, you're not gonna use that skill as much as everybody else. But now let me ask a question. If somebody's music, should music have a message with like a purpose with it? Or should it be just for fun? Because now, let me give you an example. I remember I was watching Breakfast Club. Cameron was on there. One of my favorite artists is back in the day, not now.
Nah, he's still your favorite.
But the brother was talking about, they was asking him on his different taste of music. And he said, to be honest with you, my favorite artist is Nas. That's what he said. But then he said he remembered one time when he was playing it for a female. And she's like, Nas is cool, but I don't want to be in the club looking at a dictionary. So now let me ask you guys a question. What do you think the purpose of making music is now? Should it be with a purpose?
Absolutely.
Or should it always just be about fun and stuff like that? Should it be about praising the Most High? Or should it just be about, spreading a message? Which one do you think? Telling our people who they are. Which one do you think it is? You guys get it.
Of course, it has to come with a message.
Gotta have a message.
Because even when you look at this, just as simple as this, when you look at the Psalms, when you read the Psalms, they're music sheets. There's music that there are lyrics that David wrote and some of the other prophets wrote. But when you look at the words that they're saying, they're sending forth a message.
Yes.
So
I agree.
Music is to make you feel good and to dance and all of that. But it has to be with a purpose.
Has to be with a purpose. Has to be for the Most High because. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there is a precept that says that everything that we do it as unto the Most High. Do it as unto God. So everything that we put out, everything that we do, anything, it should be as unto the Most High. Same thing goes with music. Like David, Psalms, he was crying to the Most High. He was talking to the Most High. He was confiding in the Most High. He everything that he wrote was for the Most High, was for us also, because we got to learn through his experiences, through his downfall, through his highs and his lows. We get to read it all and learn from it, but it was all ultimately for the Most High.
All right, I'm gonna just throw this out there. Probably be my last thing I'm gonna throw out there. Truth music, is it all praising the Most High? What we consider to be truth music today, is it all praising the Most High?
Unravel that a little bit more. Elaborate.
Yeah.
Nah, come on. You know what I'm talking about. All right, brothers making music in truth, what they call truth music. Is it praise music? Is it music that the Most High? Do we think the Most High is pleased with some of the music that's coming out?
I say yes, because in truth music, a lot of these artists are giving their testimonies, sharing with the world, how the Most High brought them out, brought them through, blessed them with this, blessed them with that, answered their prayers. So ultimately, it is for the Most High. The Most High is receiving that because he sees that you're acknowledging him. And you're telling everybody, you letting everybody know what he did for you. So I do think it is a praise because you're thanking him for what he did for you. And you're giving him glory and honor and reverence for everything that he has brought you through. So yes, I do think that it is praise to the Most High.
I mean, what I'm saying is, praise to the Most High, but is it truth music?
Define truth music.
It's truth because
Praising the Most High,
it's their truth. It's their truth.
Truth music is
Nah,
praising the Most High.
wait. Their truth is not the truth.
Okay, so that's why I say
that's the
you
question.
gotta expound what you mean by truth.
Truth music is praising the Most High music. That's what it is. That's
Okay, so I said my piece. Yeah, I do think so.
If we're defining truth music as praising the Most High, then yes, I think they are doing truth music because as long as it's in sincerity. Because now, some people's music sound very close to people that's in the world. So it can be easy to look at that and be like, all right, they're not praising the Most High.
Right.
But if they're using that type of sound that's in the world to get somebody in, then that's truth music, because what they're doing is trying to get somebody in to praise the Most High. And if they're praising the Most High with that music, it's sincere in the heart. I feel like the Most High is receiving it. So what you think?
I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what I think.
You gotta say what you think.
Keep it 100%.
Nah, I mean,
keep it 100%. Keep it 100.
I am. So basically, all truth music to me, I don't believe is all truth music. You know what I'm saying? Because we know the truth is Christ.
Okay.
That's the truth right there. Singing praises to the Most High, whatever the case is. And certain songs, you know what I mean? People, brothers may have good intentions. I'm put it like this, like certain brothers. Well, I wouldn't say certain brothers, but like what about a brother who you first see him on Instagram or whatever social media platform. It's Kwame Yasharala this, then they go secular. Or you understand what I'm saying? And it's like you see a music video. I'm like, yo, wait, hold on.
Right.
We in truth, or we just trying to
Swindle.
one foot in, one foot out
Yeah.
type. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, okay.
So, me, my intentions when I make music is geared strictly to praise the Most High. Yeah, you could throw in certain things when you have when you want to talk about your emotions or things that you've been through. That's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it has to be done with a purpose.
So you're basically saying people who are straddling the fence.
I believe there could be some people who straddling the fence. I mean, I haven't ran into too many of them, but there's a couple of them out there. Because especially with the profanity in the curse, the profanity in the lyrics.
Now we're gonna have to make this podcast a little bit longer. We gotta unravel that. Now, now let's ask a fair question. If they curse and they rap, is that truth music?
No.
I mean, because like, if you want to curse on your own time, like outside of what you're doing, you know, casual conversation, fine, but don't curse in your lyrics and you putting that out as Christian rap or truth music. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me. To me, it doesn't make sense. Like you're not you're not separating the world from Christ, because Christ was not ever a part of this world. So why would you implement something that's part of this world into your rap or into your music? I'm never gonna get with that.
That's like double-mindedness. You two ways. You not one way. You know.
And another thing, you know what that make me feel like too? You know when certain brothers make, like, I'm talking even in the world, when certain brothers make R&B songs and they cursing in R&B songs. That was never done before in the 90s.
Yeah, it was not.
You singing an R&B love song and it was clean. Now you sing an R&B song, is mad cursing, this and that. So like I look at that like I don't think that the angels is in heavens cursing before the Most High's throne and singing.
Never.
Or you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so
it don't make sense.
I don't know if certain brothers know how to distinguish that. But that's why I asked that question. Is all truth music?
Because we gotta really define what truth music is. And set that criteria and making sure that nobody goes out of bounds. Because a lot of stuff that we seeing people go out of bounds according to what the criteria is. Because if you're cursing, you're going out of bounds. If you one day saying Kwame Yasharala and praising the Most High, then the next time I see you doing an R&B song that has nothing to do with the Most High, that's going off. Because here's the thing, you can make an R&B song with the Most High in it, and it can still be truth music. I believe in that. Because you can tell people, like, for example, Elder Ricard has a song on his album called Make a Nation Like Abraham.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a truth song.
That's a love song.
It's a love song that people could sit down and listen to and say, you know what? Let's connect with each other through righteousness. That's what the purpose of R&B was.
Yeah.
For love, into connection with couples. But we have to set that criteria. What's truth music? Because if we're gonna bring this out on the podcast and we set in the culture, we gotta set that bar.
I already said it, yo. If you cursing in your thing, in your truth music, I'm not labeling it truth music. That's
Because
world.
here's the thing: when it comes to musicians, to artists, you got to be extremely mindful of the things that you're saying, because you got people in the world looking at you.
That's true.
As an advocate for Christ, as a face of the Most High. You know, you are a representative for the Most High in Christ. So if you're leading people astray and allowing people to believe that it's okay to be cursing, it's okay to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out, that, on the day of judgment, you know, the Most High gonna bring forth all of these things. So as an artist, it's super important to be mindful of the words that you're saying, mindful of the words that you're using, because you have everybody looking at you. It's open to everybody on all platforms. So when somebody comes across you, they can never say, wasn't you the one that was cursing?
Yeah.
And now you saying you following God? What's going on here?
Yeah.
That's like what I'm saying. I said, I highly doubt the angels is singing before the Most High and they slipping in curse words here and there.
Never.
I agree.
That's not happening.
Pure,
totally agree.
Pure.
Y'all about to get me fired up.
Yo, King Styles, what do you define as truth music?
Yo, I listen to a lot of Ahch music, right? And what you guys saying is right. Like, it has to be praising the Most High. But I feel you shouldn't be cursing in your music if you're praising the Most High, you know? As you said, it's like a stumbling block for other people that's listening to the music. Because even though the music do sound worldly, it can draw people in. So when they draw it in, it's like, yo, you know, it's okay to be a Christian. It's okay to know the truth. It's okay. But then you have somebody that listening to that be like, oh, it's okay to be Christian, but you're cursing. And
Where's the
like,
where's
you
the
have-
separation?
yeah, so where's the separation? You have like real Christians that's not fully in the truth. It's certain, like they're doing rap music and they're not cursing in it. So why should we?
We
So
have
why
the
should
truth.
we have the truth? Why
That's
should
a-
we be cursing in it?
Right.
Great point.
You know?
Right.
That's a great point.
So yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. You know, it don't. It don't.
Praise the Most High.
All praises.
So, brothers and sisters, man, oh man, we unraveled that topic so well and so beautifully. But with every topic that we bring forth, we're going to try to bring solutions to it, because we're not just going to come on the screen and talk a topic and not give the solution or give the answer on how we get out of the curses through the verses. So what we're going to do at the end of each podcast or each topic, we have something called the jewel for the day. And the reason why it's called the
Bring
jewel
it
for
out.
the day, we're going to go to Proverbs chapter 8, verse 11. It says, for wisdom, let me take off my hat. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. So this wisdom that we're bringing forth, you can't compare it to a ruby or a jewel. So this jewel that we're going to drop at the end of each podcast, this is the wisdom through the Holy Spirit we're going to give for our people to progress. And since we're on this topic about music and the gift of music, whether it's a talent to be born with or a talent that you can skillfully gain, we're going to give the wisdom behind it on how we operate going forward with the music, and if you should choose music as a gift. So let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 12. We're going to start at verse 4. And this chapter is talking about the gifts in a body. And whether, you know, you here with us or you're outside of us, we're all one body until we all come into one understanding. When we come into this one understanding, into one spirit, into one Lord, this is how we separate the gifts and to know who's born to make music or who's, this is not really a gift. It says, now there is a diversity of gifts, but the same spirit. And there are difference of administrations, but the same Lord. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same God which worketh all in all. So when you look at each and every person's gift, we're all using it together to what? Bring glory to the Most High and to bring people to repentance. But since we know that there is diversity of gifts and talents, people shouldn't be trying to grab onto the same talent. Showing you right here, if it's diversity of talents, there means that there's certain talents and gifts that people are born with. And there's certain talents that people, you know, you just gonna have to try to find your own. You can't go and try to take somebody else's gift, because like it said in the scriptures, it said, everybody can't hear. Everybody can't be an
thinking
ear.
about that.
Everybody can't be an eye. Everybody can't be a mouth. Because if there is a mouth, if they're speaking, where's the hearing? If there's only seeing, where's the speaking?
Right.
You know? So, any jewels that you guys to end the topic?
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna end this jewel with this, you know, because you know we all said a lot, and the purpose of music is for me, like especially coming into the truth and honoring our God, our power,
Yes.
is to give Him praise.
Absolutely.
That's it. Point blank. Period.
That's it.
So I'm in 1 Corinthians 10:31. It says, "Whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever ye do, do all to the glory of the Most High." So, brothers and sisters, if you want to put out music out there, put it out. But it better be for the glory of the Most High. You understand?
Skillfully done.
So just do it. If you feel like it's in your spirit to do it, do it. You know what I mean? But do it all for the glory of the Most High. That's the jewel I want to leave with everybody. But you know, it's been a great show. You already know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't wait
First
for
of
I can't
many.
wait for the episode 2. Should we drop it on them? Who's episode 2?
I don't know yet.
All right,
man.
now
We gonna hold it down.
we ain't gonna drop it because we got a special surprise for y'all for episode 2. You know,
all we can say is it's an artist that y'all all love and all know.
Chill.
And y'all better be ready because we're gonna go dive into the music. We're gonna dive into the life story behind this artist to get to know this artist better. Because that's what we're gonna do on Curses the Verses. We bringing our culture front and center to you guys, man. So, anything else, DJ King Styles, McCall?
Y'all brothers just stop being lukewarm. Simple. You gonna do the music and you gonna make it true. Just make it straight true. Stop with the in and out lukewarm situation, right? You know, so that's it.
All right, all praises to the Most High.
Yo,
higher.
King Styles, man, play us out. Shalom.
Blow ye the trumpet, bringing you to the kingdom with truth music. This is Curses 2 Verses Podcast. This is Curses 2 Verses Podcast. Blow ye the trumpet.
You should do a
higher.
Babylon about to fall, Revelation 18 said let's go. I ain't worried about no car, no cloud, no jewelry, no money, no clothes. The most I aiming at evil foes, the government getting exposed, yeah. That's for sure, it's a show. Prophecies manifest. Punishment endless. Righteousness is blessed. Babylon falling, this ain't a question, say it again. Prophecies manifest. Punishment endless. I'm hyped. Righteousness is blessed. Babylon falling, this ain't a question. Why they treat the truth like a trend, yeah? Don't you know the Most High don't be playing by his laws? Focus on these lyrics and repent, yeah. Don't be a hypocrite, cause in the flesh we all got flaws. I'm like, let it go, 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 let it go. I gotta talk, take a pause from Babylon. No longer can I stop, this is a message to us all, yeah. A lot of us flawed, some of us be going off, but then try to condemn sinners for they walk. I'm like, hold up, whoa, you are mistaken if that's how it go. They level unstable like they on a boat. Then you got people that take it for joke. I cannot leave it alone. I listen to music that's seriously going. Your preachers is fashion, you sling it as so.
The pink.
Ain't down no more, cause now we on, yeah. Christ coming back, he coming strong, yeah. And if you ain't with the Most High, leave me alone, yeah. You still follow religion, what you on, yeah.
Higher.
Now we up. Children of the tribes waking up. Ain't no turning down, keep that spirit up. The heathens already know they time is up.
This is Curses 2 Verses Podcast.
This ain't religious. They found the truth. And then they hid it. We'll never know. That's what they figured. Until the Most High woke us up and took the skills from my vision.
That's right. Hear, O Israel.
They found the truth, and then they hid it. We'll never know. That's what they figured. Until the Most High woke us up and took the skills from off our vision. Scriptures paint a perfect picture of who the Jew is. You know your history is sketchy cause you drew it, but you don't get it. If you a Jew, then you could prove it. That's my position. No disrespect, you said you Jewish, that's religious. I know your version. You was converted. Ain't no immaculate conception from no virgin. That's all baloney. I'm not in the mood for your Talmud. Straight from Babylonia. I see a yarmulke from far. I know they
This is Curses 2 Verses Podcast.
Let them Babylon, cause they gon' worship at our feet in not too long. That's Revelation. That's 3 and 9. Let's help them open up their eyes because they blind. Remove the scales. Stop telling tales. Our Savior's skin is really brass. He ain't pale. Yeah, I'm a Jew. This ain't religious. They found the truth, and then they hid it. We'll never know. That's what they figured. Until the Most High woke us up and took the scales from over.